What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, roll that intro. What is up, everyone? Welcome back. So just because I've got both in stock, I'm going to do a little video comparing the Gibson and Epiphone Les Paul modern figure top guitars. It's going to be mostly playing, so you can hear the difference between the tones on the two because there are so many different tonal options, but there will be a little bit talking about the differences between the two guitars. If you're wondering, I'm going through a Fractal FM9 on the triple Crest preset, which is based on the Mesa Boogie triple crown amplifier. I think it's got a nice clean crunch and high gain sound, so yeah, check it out. So on paper, these are two very, very similar guitars, with the main differences being, again, on paper, the neck shapes are described slightly differently. The Gibson has got a solid maple cap on it, whereas the Epiphone's got a solid maple cap with a maple veneer on top. The Gibson has got Burst Bucker Pro Plus pickups, and the Epiphone has got Epiphone Pro Bucker pickups. The Gibson also has one extra control on it, so they both have push-pull pots for coil splits and a phase switch, so in and out phase. I will say the Gibson, they do describe it as being humbucker and P90 tones, whereas they don't make any kind of P90 reference. But other than that, the Gibson's got an extra push-pull on it for a bypass switch, so you get just straight humbucker to the output jack. So to me, these are two very, very different feeling and sounding guitars. Obviously, the Epiphone is based on the Gibson. It's a more budget-friendly version of the Gibson. Both are very, very good guitars and both feel great and sound great. I just want to get that out there. But they feel very different and they sound very different to me. The Gibson, if I had to try and describe, the Gibson sounded a lot more refined. And the difference between tones, again, I've not listened to the tones back yet, just what I heard in the room. The difference between the tones on the Gibson when you went through all the different options was a lot more apparent than the Epiphone. The Epiphone does it very well, but stuff like when you roll the volume off on the Gibson, it cleans up better and there's a bigger scope of tones there, whereas the Epiphone, it cleans up, but when you start rolling the volume back in, it dirties up very quickly. Just little things like that. Again, both very, very cool guitars, but very different guitars. Weight-wise and size-wise, there's not a lot of difference between these two guitars at all. So if you were just looking at the two of them, there's not a lot of difference there. I'm not going to weigh them because, as I always say, guitars are made of wood and wood weighs different amounts. So this Epiphone is slightly lighter than this Gibson, but I might take another one of these out of the box and it might be slightly heavier than the Gibson. So there's no point in weighing them other than saying that they are very, very similar in that respect. So there we go, that is the Gibson and Epiphone Les Paul modern figured guitars. If you're after something with that Les Paul kind of look, but with a bigger array of tones, more flexibility, then I don't think you can go wrong with either of these. Both very cool, try them both out. If you're after something on a bit more of a budget and you can't stretch to the Gibson, you can't go wrong with this. They sound different, yes, to me. They feel different, but as I say, both very cool, and I don't think you can go wrong with either of these. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.